we would say that there are clear verses in the Bible, like for example, we point to Isaiah 42:11, where there indicates a new prophet that's going to come. And in fact, Isaiah 42:11 in particular is extremely important because it even specifies the region. It says it will be sent to the people of Kedar. And the people of Kedar, as in Genesis, Kedar was the son of Ishmael, and basically from him is the lineage of Muhammad, or the Arabs, if you like.
Okay, if we read from verse 10, sing to the Lord a new song, and his praise from the ends of the earth. You who go down to the sea and all that is in it, you coastlands and you inhabitants of them. Let the wilderness and its cities lift up their voice, the villages that Kedar inhabits. Let the inhabitants of Selah sing. Let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory to the Lord and declare his praise in the coastlands. He said that verse 11 specifies the region that this prophet will come. He'll be sent to the people of Kedar. And then he says that these are the people from whom this prophet receives their lineage. Let's take his logic and apply it starting in verse 10, when it says the ends of the earth, the sea. When it says the ends of the earth and the sea, does that mean that he gets his lineage from the ends of the earth? Does he get his lineage from the sea? Is he a sea person? Coastlands, does he get his lineage from the coastlands? The wilderness, does he get his lineage from the wilderness? Cities, does he get his lineage from the cities? Mountains, does he get his lineage from the mountains? And again, coastlands. What this is saying is that the servant of the Lord, who is the Messiah, an Israelite, not an Ishmaelite. It never says that he's an Ishmaelite or he's coming from Kedar or he's specifically going to the region of Kedar. No. What it's saying is that the salvation, the gospel, will reach Kedar. It will reach Selah. It will reach the ends of the earth. It will reach the sea. It will reach the coastlands. It will reach the mountains. It will reach all over. God's salvation, his love for all people, will reach all the ends of the earth. This nowhere states that the servant of the Lord is going to be a prophet that's sent to Kedar from Kedar, insinuating that it's Muhammad. Isaiah 42 never once says that the servant of the Lord is any other than an Israelite. The servant of the Lord is the Messiah, who is the ultimate representative of Israel, which is why in the previous chapter it identifies the servant as Israel. Throughout the book of Isaiah, you'll see over and over again the servant can be called Israel, it can be called Jacob, and then it can be called someone within Israel. The servant is the Messiah, not an Ishmaelite. Now let's go to another clip. And let's examine his logic and what he says about the Torah and the gospel being corrupt. He just finished stating that the gospel is corrupt, and then he makes this statement.
It's corruption. So what we believe is that what happens is with these books, you've had basically corruption happen to them. So we don't know what is part of that book and what is not part of that book. We don't know exactly what Jesus said and what isn't, because there is no clear chain of narration back to Jesus Christ.
So he's saying that there's no chain of narration back to Jesus Christ. He doesn't know what is authentic and what's not authentic. Okay, if that's your standard for determining the truthfulness of a book, then please give us your chain of narration for the prophet Isaiah. Where is your chain of narration from Isaiah till today, this chain of narration that tells you that Isaiah 42 is a prophecy of Muhammad? Where is this chain that you can point us to for Isaiah? Obviously, he can't do that. And he's telling us that these books are corrupt, but yet there's prophecy in them. How can you go to a corrupt book to prove the truthfulness of your religion if that same book can be used to demonstrate the falsehood, the falseness of your religion? And this is just one small example of how Mohammed Hijab misinformed Jordan Peterson and his audience on Isaiah 42, which is not a prophecy of Muhammad. It is in fact a prophecy of the Messiah, the Son of God, the servant of the Lord. Not an Ishmaelite, not someone from Kedar, but in fact God incarnate, who took on flesh, became an Israelite. He is the true servant of the Lord.